Hi, welcome to I Unlimited, committed to helping you find your best self and inner peace. Hi, friends. Do you have a limiting belief you're dealing with? Something that holds you back, keeps you from venturing out and trying what you want to do, keeps you safe and small? There's 1,000 of them. And sometimes they're things we have decided about ourselves, or about the world, or life, or how life will be for us. And sometimes it wasn't even our issue. Sometimes someone else gave it to us. Like as a child, maybe you were running along with your friends or siblings and someone's like, "Ooh, you're slow. Like you'll never be fast." And you just, "Okay, well, I'll never try sports." Right? Because that's not your thing. You're not athletic. Maybe that wasn't even your issue. You didn't even decide that about yourself. Someone else told you and you believed it. Well, one of the things I've noticed for myself, and maybe this has happened with you too, is an issue, whether mine or I took on from someone else, that I no longer wanted in my life. And yet I still held on to it. And it was like I was holding something. Maybe I've gone somewhere and I've taken my coat off and I'm holding my coat. I'm waiting for someone to come take that coat from me, right? Rather than me just putting it down. Same thing if you're, in a department store, you've picked something up you no longer want, or you're at a cocktail party and you're got a little plate of food that you don't want, but you're going to stand there and hold it until someone comes along and says, "I'll take that from you." That's okay for you to give it up. Like I'm waiting for permission that it's okay for me to let go of that issue. And it's like, I don't have to. I can just put it down and leave it. It's not mine. Maybe it wasn't mine in the first place, but it's something I no longer want. It doesn't serve me. And if I bought a garment or a piece of furniture at the store and got it home and found, it's damaged, right? I wouldn't think anything about taking it back to return it and saying, I want, a perfect one, right? But why do we not feel that same freedom with some of the issues and qualities and things, right? These things were developed when we were children. We need to upgrade them. Because like I said, if you still wore the same shoes you wore as a child, you'd be crippled. But isn't that what we've done to ourselves emotionally by hanging on to the same thoughts and beliefs and issues from childhood? At the very least, we need to take them out as adults and consciously go through them. Is this something I believe? Is it serving me? Is it helping me? Because sometimes we develop something as a coping mechanism to get through a situation that no longer needs to exist, but we keep recreating it. But if you're like me, you're waiting. You say you want to get rid of the issue, but you're waiting, holding it, holding that little plate at the cocktail party, waiting for someone to come take it from you, waiting for them to say, "I'll dispose of it. You no longer need to hold this. I'll give you permission." Where we can give ourselves permission. You're at a cocktail party, just set that little plate down on any solid surface and leave it, right? You don't have to hang on to it. What a freedom. And some of the things, issues or kind of underlying things, I've even said, you know what, Heaven, I'd like this replaced, please. I'd like this replaced with a whole healthy perspective on that issue. I don't want this damaged one anymore. Freedom. Why should we not replace the tools as they become worn out or broken, right? And get fresh, new, productive tools. So if you're still not able to say it to yourself, if it helps you at all, I'm giving you permission. You can put that down. You can put it down anywhere. It's fine. It will get cleaned up. It will get taken care of. And you can go take hold of what you do want, of what does serve you. Because not only are you deserving of that, Are you worth that? Which you are. But that is what is going to have you be your fullest, greatest self, right? You can't be your greatest self if you're still holding on to all these things, dragging them with you, juggling them. You need to be free. You have to be free and unencumbered to be able to interact with the now. In order to create, you need your hands free. You need your mind free to create something new in your life. So with all my heart, I give you full permission. Let it go. Put it down and take hold of what you do want. But don't worry if you're like, well, because it's another thing I do. Ooh, do I want that for the rest of my life, every day, all day? You know, if I'm thinking about doing something in a business, oh, do I want to do that all day, every day? No one's saying you have to. You're not committing to that. For right now, this is the right step for me to take next. After all, when you step onto a staircase, you don't have to stay on that step just because you stepped onto it. You get to take the next step and the next step and the next step. Nobody expects you to stay on the first step. So why can't life be like that? We take this step, we've moved on, and hey, now something else has opened up. Something else caught our eye and attention, right? And so it's okay. It's okay to keep growing, to keep rising up that ladder, up that staircase, right? So if that's bringing stuff up for you, I want you to feel free, positive, uplifted. So, just take some deep breaths. The breathing work, man, it always helps, and it's the fastest route, right, to get deep into the core of who you are. So take breaths that expand your torso and your rib cage. Feel it expanding and making room. As you expand that, then everything else feels like it's got more room to move around, right? Maneuver. You're taking full breaths, using all of your lung capacity. And as you exhale, feel your shoulders relax, your neck relax, your arms and hands. Big breath, release that tension and stress. Another big breath. And as you exhale, release those old issues. As you create room in you by expanding yourself, you create room for those old issues. They're not stuck anymore. You create room for them to leave. Breathe them out. Wish them well. Thank them for what they did do for you when you needed it. Let them go. And now breathe in new possibilities and expand yourself as you breathe in new possibilities. What's possible for you? If you're not going to be restricted and limited in that way anymore, who can you now be? Who can you become? What can you try? You don't have to figure it out. Just create the room. Create the openness, the willingness to allow fresh, new you to arise. Allow new thoughts to come in. Keep doing that deep, full breath and let that go. And then just take nice breaths as you are in that clear, clean space and see what shows up for you. See where it leads you. And as you go on this journey, keep shining your light. I hope this video helped you rise higher and shine brighter. Keep going. Invest just a few minutes here with me each day, and you'll see your happiness, fulfillment, and inner peace grow. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe to this channel so others can find their best selves in inner peace too.